minute to get to the video, check this timestamp, all right? And there's also timestamps in the description for your convenience. First off, I'm gonna cuss in this video a lot, and I'm gonna use the N-word a lot in this video. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, please click off, okay? I don't care about your respectability politics. That's not what this video is about. So if my use of the N-word and cuss words makes you uncomfortable, please click off of the video. I don't want to see you in my comments. I don't want to see you in my comments. I really don't. Also, Mom, if you happen to come across this video, I'm not going to be vulgar, but I do apologize for my language. Next up, again, I'm just a random black chick on the internet, okay? I have a regular people job, all right? I do regular things. I'm a mom. I do stuff, okay? So, one thing that I have not gotten to yet is the smoke detector. Did you hear that? It's the smoke detector. I don't have a man here, okay? There's no man here. So, until I can get someone to fix that, it's gonna happen throughout the whole video. I'm sorry. Last but not least, I want to say this before getting into the video completely. I am well aware of the fact that there are plenty of pro-FBA advocates and pro-FBA people that espouse a lot of racist tendencies. And some people have called me out and said that I was racist. I don't think I'm a racist. I love everybody. I think that everyone should be proud of who they are. If you are ethnically Irish, be proud of that. The Irish have done so many amazing things. If you are ethnically Spanish, be proud of that. If you are ethnically whatever, okay? So that's what this video is about. It is explaining what FBA is, all right? So that was a pretty good transition, right? So what is a foundational Black American? A foundational Black American is exactly that. You know what a Black person is. You know what a Black person is. A lot of Black people from other countries will come here and people will say, oh, you're Black. And then they're, oh no, I'm not Black, I'm such and such, because they understand that Black means Black American. You know what Black means. You know what Black means, okay? The term foundational Black American came from Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed founded this term. It stemmed from, actually, you know what? I have a video here. Let that explain.
Talk about this term. Where did it come from and what inspired that book?
The term foundational Black American, I really got that term from Claude Anderson. I'm a big student of Claude Anderson, and I would chop it up with him, not just in my movies, but I would have him on my podcast, and he would talk about how unique Native Black Americans are. He would use the term Native Black Americans, and he would talk about how unique we are as far as our lineage. We are a unique group, which is true. And I started using the term Native Black American, but sometimes that term would confuse people because they thought, well, do you mean a Cherokee who's mixed with Black? Do you mean a Choctaw who's mixed with Black? So that term would be somewhat confusing. So I said, let's do another term. Let's tighten that term up so that there won't be any confusion. So foundational instead of Native, because Black people, we are the founders of this nation, meaning we're the foundation. We built this nation from scratch. So white people couldn't even say that they did that. But
you changed that term?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I came up with the term foundational Black American based on Native Black American from Claude Anderson.
Okay, so that's where the term comes from, right? But see, you can see how Native Black American can get confusing to some people, right? I know that there has been this long-standing trend of Black people claiming Native American heritage. And then with the rise of the Hoteps, then it became Egyptians were the real Egyptians. And it's sad to me that so many people want to be something else. I'm this, I'm that, I'm part of this, I'm part of that. Honey, you're your own thing. Did you know that? You're your own thing. We're our own thing. Okay? If the term foundational Black American bothers you, you need to look deep within yourself to figure out why that is, okay? We did not choose the term Negro, okay? We didn't. We didn't choose the term colored. We didn't choose that. I'm not talking about South Africa. I'm talking about here. We didn't choose colored. We didn't choose African American. We didn't choose Afro-American. We really ain't kind of truly just didn't choose Black. We were just like, fuck it, just we Black, just fuck it, we Black. Fuck it, we Black. That's what happened. And so now nobody had any problems, nobody else outside of the Black diaspora had any problems with these terms until foundational Black American came along. Why is it? Is it because it's something that we chose for ourselves and that we're keeping for ourselves? I don't understand. Anytime that you got something to say about foundational Black Americans, I want you to replace that with Jews. Replace it with Jews and see how fucking crazy you sound. You sound nuts. Babe, you sound nuts. All right? It's not a group of people. We're not a gang. We're not a cult. You don't have to be initiated in any type of way. It's a lineage. Do you have to think about it this way? Have you ever heard of an Asian dude, a Chinese man saying, I just don't agree with the Chinese people. I don't identify with the Chinese people. They are a bunch of racists and a bunch of tyrants, and I'm just not a part of that group. You see how fucking crazy that sounds? Baby, whether you want to be foundational Black American or not, you are. You are. Take a half Black person, a person that's half Black and half Japanese, throw them in the middle of Tokyo. What you gonna think they say that person is? It's not Japanese. It's not Japanese. They're not gonna say that person's Japanese. So how I identify other people as foundational Black American has nothing to do with this video. That's my own personal beliefs. And we're gonna take feelings out of this video and just rely on facts, okay? Take the feelings out. Take the feelings out, okay? I know it's hard. I know it's hard. A foundational Black American is a Black person, you know what a Black person is, but a Black person whose family has been here for longer than 4 generations, okay? 4 to 5 generations. Dating back to slavery. You have to have at least one FBA parent. These are not my rules. You have to have one FBA parent, okay? And your family, both sides, gotta be here for longer than 5 generations, dating back to slavery. Do you understand? Okay. So, someone like Barack Obama, we're just gonna use him as an example. We love Barry, right? He is the world's most handsomest war criminal. We love Barry, we love him. So, we're gonna use him as an example, okay? Take somebody like Barack Obama, right? And you look at who he is, how he grew up, a lot of these factors take into consideration. We have to take into consideration. Like the fact that his mother was a white woman. Okay. Doesn't matter. You gotta have one Black parent. Cool. When is daddy Nigerian? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but wasn't it the Nigerians that sold our ancestors over here to the Dutch to get over here? And to Haiti, DR, all over South America. Wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't it them that sold it? Okay, so you take one of them and you take the feelings out, just facts. You take one of them and you take a white woman and they have a baby. That is not a foundational Black American. Okay? That person is what we would call a tether. Okay? Some people would call that derogatory. Some people don't call that derogatory. I see it as just classifying a certain group of people. Some people hear tether and they think that, oh, you're talking about like children of immigrant, people that come over here. Not necessarily, not all immigrants, just a particular type of immigrant. Okay? A Black one, right? So, some people, please don't get mad at me. Take the feelings out, y'all. Please don't get mad at me. Take the feelings out. Some people.
If it wasn't for the civil rights movement,
Yes.
there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this
Thank
country.
you.
I'm like, yeah, son, it's real talk. Listen, first of all, foreigners in general, Like me, I am not a foundational black American. I'm not. My parents came from Nigeria to here. If it were not for foundational black Americans, none of these immigrants would be able to be doing what they do. That's facts. My parents wouldn't be able to do what they do if it weren't for foundational black Americans. We have to understand that this is all history. Fuck your feelings. This is the real deal.
Godfrey is so pro FBA. Okay, he understands. He gets it. He gets where we're coming from. My problem with comedian Godfrey is that he be talking to us about stuff we already know. Go talk to your people. Go talk to them. Go talk to them. Whatever your relationship is with them in Africa, cool, fine, fuck it, whatever. Talk to the other African people that are here in America that aren't. Talk to them. You don't gotta talk to us. We know. We told you. Go talk to them. And there's plenty of people that are out there that do the work. And foreign black people, I'll say foreign black people because some people, like I said before, consider the word tether as a derogatory term. Some people don't. But for the sake of some folk feelings, because I know that not everybody's taking their feelings out of this video. So foreign black people, right?
And I think it's extremely important for us to realize, for us to understand one another, we need to be able to be open, to understand, to see each other's perspective. The bottom line is we need to be open and honest, and we need to be able to educate ourselves for us to be grounded on the truth instead of listening to propaganda and the mainstream media narrative and how Hollywood portrays certain groups of people. We talk about mainstream media and how they paint Africa. If you just get your news from that platform, you're going to think that it's full of poverty, famine, and, how can you live there? But then again, if you see it for yourself, if you have alternative ways of finding out what's happening on the ground, you'll realize you've been brainwashed. It's the same thing. What Hollywood is telling you, what the school system is telling you, what the people that want you to be divided are telling you is not what is the truth. And you have to be open. You have to be able to want to learn to make a better judgment when it comes to the reality. And most of the time, what is on the ground is not actually what is being glorified and pushed on these media outlets that we consume.
Some foreign black people that are putting in the work, and they are telling other, like, I'm a Nigerian American and I see the black experience, but instead of talking to other black people, I'm going to talk to other Nigerian Americans. Good work. Good work. That's what we need y'all to do. I don't understand why is it that so many people get so upset and their panties in such a bunch, in a tizzy, over us being like, no, please don't speak for us. We don't want you to speak for us anymore. We're tired of you speaking for us. Because literally every time some other group joins in with black discussions, they end up benefiting, and we end up getting placed on the back burner. We're tired of that. Jews, y'all got your own community. LGBTQIA, y'all got your own community. Come on, listen to me. Listen, Linda, look it, okay? We need our own community. And the people that say you don't need your own community, you are American, while you could say I'm Italian American, I'm Irish American, I'm Native American. You can say all of that, but we just got to be cool with just being black. Come on now, stop it. Stop it. Don't be silly. You're being silly at this point. We have culture, and every time we go to claim anything, we are made to feel bad about it. We're made to feel ashamed that we're excluding anyone. Whenever we're talking about any type of civil rights discussions, black and brown, blacks and Jews, blacks and gays, why is it always blacks and? We have a black caucus. Obviously, that's something that we needed. A group of black folk in Congress to be able to speak for us. Has any of them took a survey or a poll with you? Did you even know that they existed until I said it? They're supposed to be speaking for us. Do you know what they're saying? Do you know what they're saying? I don't know what the fuck they're saying. They didn't ask me nothing. Did they ask you something? They didn't ask me nothing. And in a day and age when we have apps available on everybody's telephone, there are homeless people out there with telephones, and they got apps on their telephones, and they can do all types of things. If you can bank on your telephone, why come you can't do this? Why come you can't vote on your telephone? It's safe enough for your bank, ain't it? It's safe enough to pay your electricity, ain't it? It's safe enough to pay your rent, ain't it? Why come it can't be safe enough to vote? It's almost as like they keep telling us that voting is so important. All right, this ain't this and that ain't that. Let me get back on topic. And that's another motherfucking thing. We are a people of what-about-isms. There's gonna be people in the comments. There's gonna be niggas in the comments talking about, I don't like the way that you say nigga all the time. You always using the N-word. I don't like your profanity. Click off the fucking video. This is who I am. I'm not gonna change myself for you or anybody. Okay, this is who I am. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch me. Okay? But we get so sidetracked with all this other dumb shit. I don't like the way that she talked. But did you hear what the fuck she said? Did you hear what she said? Dummies. Ooh. The respectability politics, they gotta go. The man versus woman and what the woman needs to be doing and what the man needs to be doing, what the man has the right to do and what the woman has the right to do, that shit needs to go. That needs to go. These are distractions, okay? These are distractions. Stop it. Stop it. These are distractions, you guys. Do you not? Colorism. That is such a stupid ass debate. You black. It does not matter. Jay-Z said it. He already told you. Okay? So, anytime they see you, it doesn't matter if you light or dark. They're gonna see a nigga anyway. You might be a better nigga or a more threatening looking nigga, but you still a nigga at the end of the motherfucking day. God damn.
Oh my fucking God. Okay, because I know somebody is gonna come up in my comment section and say something about it. Here we go.
So, black love, let's talk about it. Black men are difficult to date because they are generally running away from the black woman in their life that they don't connect well with, i.e. their mother, and sees their mother in just about every black woman. And we as black women have a hard time loving black men because, well, we probably didn't have a very good childhood. We were probably told a lot by the black men in our lives what to do, how to act, where to go, how to dress, respectability politics, and we're just sick of that shit. Okay, can we just move on? Black men have issues. Black women have issues. We all have issues. Can we move the fuck on, please? Listen, I understand that it's like a big topic, and it's definitely something that we need to address. However, that's not the topic of the day here. As far as the whole respectability politics, guys are to this, black men are to this, and black women are to that, whatever. Okay, so between 1890 and the 1960s, the black marriage rate was higher than white marriage. You also have to consider what the hell was happening during those times, right? Jim Crow era, and afterwards, civil rights movement. We were getting married based off of survival. What connected us, and part of our foundation in the foundational Black America is the fact that we're connected by trauma. We were connected by trauma, okay? You wonder why you're always in toxic ass relationships and why you're being toxic and you don't know why, or why you're always attracting toxic ass niggas or toxic ass bitches. It's because we have a trauma bond. Yeah, we have a trauma bond, and we've got to be able to get over that. I understand love, relationships, that's a very big thing, but also telling people what to do and how to act and all of that shit, that's not the way to go about it. You have to understand that even right at the beginning of the civil rights movement and there afterwards, when black women who were able to start working more. When I say more, I mean we were already working, cleaning in that type of industry, but getting into other industries, right? And because marriage between black people in that time was an act of necessity, an act of survival, right? Black women were able to understand that, okay, well, now I don't have to stay in this toxic relationship, okay? Because now I have the freedom to go and do the things that I want to do. Black men took a different stance. They were like, okay, well, we can't keep the black woman in the home, so what else do we do? Instead of trying to figure out how to fix yourself and fix the problems that you have in order to keep that black woman in the house, you run out to white women, which is fine. It's fine. Whatever. Interracial relationships, it's whatever. I'm just trying to explain why there's more single black women than there are single black men. Of course, black women are going to be the most single because our way of thinking is, okay, well, I'm going to marry a black man because everybody else marries inside, right? So I'm going to marry a black man because I love black men. My daddy was a black man. I have black sons. I love my brother. I love my uncles. I love my cousins. I love black men. So I'm going to be with the black man when I'm ready to be with the black man. But until then, I'm going to do me. I'm going to work on my career. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to do all of the things that I want to do because my ancestors didn't have the ability to do all of those things. And so now I'm going to enjoy those things that they fought so hard for. But while you're out there enjoying all of those things, you forgot the black man. You forgot him. Shh, quiet. Let me talk. You forgot him. And he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to bust one somewhere. So what do you think was gonna happen? You think that was just they're men. They're men. They're gonna find somewhere to stick it. Okay? We're women. We don't necessarily have to have that. But I don't know. Nowadays, a lot of women seem to believe that they do need to have it. But regardless, the respectability politics went so far back that the black men were seen as these overtly sexual brutes, and black women were seen as these overtly sexual whores that you could just do whatever to, right? White men treated us that way instead of black men. It's like, well, I can't stop the white man from treating you like that. So now I'm just gonna blame it on you. I'm gonna blame it on you, and now I'm gonna call you those things, even though you're not. Even though I see the way that you dress, I see the way that you walk, I see the way that you talk, I see the way that you carry yourself, I'm still gonna find something to complain about you, bitch, because you forgot about me. Okay? Can we put all of this aside, please? Can we get over it? Please, can we put this aside? That's not the topic of the discussion, okay? The topic of the discussion is for us to learn more about each other, get connected with each other, and try and figure out what the hell it is that we're trying to ask the damn government for. I don't want to sit up here and fight with you over why I can't be loved. I don't give a shit. I'm looking for reparations. I'm looking for reparations. Yeah. Whew. That was good.
So broad that there's just as if not more infighting than actually fighting the power amongst black nationalist groups. I, for example, don't really have a name for my personal ideology, but on paper, basically a pan-Africanist, but not completely, which would make me an arch nemesis of the FBA and ADOS niggas, which unfortunately do fall under the black nationalist umbrella, at least according to their spoken goals and beliefs. But in actual practice, their ideology is really just garden variety conservatism with a progressive veneer, kind of like the Soviets, to be honest. But we're not getting too deep into that. So all of you Stanlinists and Mao apologists, y'all can have fun barking in the mirror in the comments, because I really don't care enough to debate y'all on that. And I'm sorry, I know I got some FBA folks in the audience, but hey, listen, I'm just keeping it a book. Y'all are pretty much Republicans to me. At EOD, what black nationalists by and large believe is that African descended people represent a separate and distinct identity within racialized societies. Therefore, we have the right to representation and self-governance within those societies. Now, exactly what that looks like and how we get there differs greatly from subfaction to subfaction. For example, I tend to take the whole nationalist part pretty literally, you know, the whole nation within a nation thing that rose larger in response to the perceived failures of the civil rights movement. Like I said a few videos ago, I believe that integration puts limitation on liberation, when integration alone becomes the goal and not a means to achieving the goal of liberation. It's not enough to just be able to piss in the same toilet as a white person. It's not even enough to just settle for having more black faces in the halls of Congress or in the corporate boardrooms of America. Matter of fact, I'd argue that that's part of the problem right there. But what black people need to be truly free is cultural sovereignty, or the inherent right of group, as we understand it in regards to Native American studies. So yeah, I personally don't think that black people should have to pay taxes, because what did y'all do with the first like $12 trillion we gave y'all 250 years ago? That's pretty much what y'all said about crack too. So again, history is a flat circle.
He was joined by figures like Boyce Watkins and Tariq Nasheed, who began spouting overtly right-wing rhetoric but scribbled over black nationalist aesthetics. Nasheed even had a highly successful series of documentaries called Hidden Colors that managed to gain tons of attention and admiration despite being full of misogyny and homophobic conspiracy theories.
If we want the youth to watch what we have to say and hear what we have to say when we make these films, we have to have the quality correct. Right. We have to be competitive. And another mistake that we make is to do something and say, okay, it's black, support it. But yeah, I love Tyler Perry. I love that brother, and I respect what he does. He started his own studio, which I take my hat off to. People criticize that brother unjustly. I don't like the criticism of him because Tyler, he employs a lot of black people. He practices
on the internet. Hotep was being thrown around as a derogatory pretty firmly. Like this is the age of Very Smart Brothers blog being very popular. We're kind of getting like different sort of archetypes for black men in the 21st century. Right. But we also then have a Tariq Nasheed and Hidden Colors, which at that time is actually very popular amongst like black frat men. So like Omega Sci-Fi, Alpha Chapter, they're like showing, and like a lot of college educated black men are watching Hidden Colors. I mean, like, wow, my mind is profoundly changed. And that is scary. That is, for a multitude of reasons, scary. And I found out that Tariq Nasheed still has a decent fan base.
He does. I hesitated to talk about Tariq Nasheed because where their fans will stalk you. My first stalkers were Tariq Nasheed fans.
Lil Bill. FD. Like, what happened? I thought we was friends inside my head. This summer, we was gonna take the families camping. Like, I don't understand, in my head, not for real, but like, I don't understand why y'all tripping on FBA. No, but seriously, I get where they're coming from, because the founder of this term, of all of this, I don't want to call it a movement, but it's a new thing, and whatever. Tariq Nasheed, okay? That's who they're describing, okay? And I wouldn't even necessarily agree with all of those terms. I mean, you also have to understand, Tariq Nasheed, that cat was born in what, the 70s? The late 60s, early 70s, somewhere around about in there? Late 70s. I don't know. Regardless, he's an old school nigga. He an old school nigga. He not with this new shit. Okay, he's not with this new shit. Regardless of how you feel about him, think that he did do. He did it. He did it. We need it to be classified. You want to talk about reparations? We got to be classified before we can, like, as a race, before we can even ask for anything. So he did that. Tariq Nasheed did that. Whether you love him or hate him, Tariq Nasheed did that. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to believe everything that he says. You don't have to do everything that he's telling you to do. Take the baby, okay? You take that precious baby and you dry that baby off. You put the baby powder, the lotion on it and the powders, and dress that baby up. And you keep that baby. You know what you do with the rest of it? The bath water, you toss that out. You don't keep the bath water. You don't keep the bath water. You toss that away. You throw that outside. Forget about the nonsense. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, okay? We can all agree on, we gotta do something about this shit, okay? And that's all he doing, right? Let me ask you something. Einstein was a narcissistic, slightly self-hating pedophile. Incestuous pedophile. Does E not equal MC squared no more? Does E not equal MC squared no more? Okay. It came out that Dr. King was cheating on Miss Coretta. Okay, does everything that he said, do we just forget about that now? Or did we keep the baby and did we throw out the bathwater? A lot of people don't even know that about Einstein. That's okay, that's fine. Edgar Allan Poe, same thing. That man was crazy. Them poems still hit though, didn't they? You wanna know why? Let me tell you something. All of this is so not perfect, but kind of perfect. All of this shit coming out right around the time, Kendrick Lamar. Everybody's running around here saying that Kendrick Lamar is now a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite, he's a hypocrite, he's a hypocrite. He been telling you that he's a hypocrite. I'm the biggest hypocrite in 2015, okay? The blacker the better, the sweeter the juice. Okay? He already done told you that. He explained it in the song. If you didn't hear it, you didn't listen to it, if you chose to ignore it, that's on you, baby. What's that the Africans say? Wisdom chases you, but you are much faster. Yeah, you are much faster, baby. Slow down. Let wisdom catch up to you. People calling him a hypocrite because he's doing songs with people that have done things that has already said about other people that he doesn't like, that they did those things, but he's doing songs with these people. So it's like, okay, you picking and choosing. Yeah, he's picking and choosing because he's a fucking human being. And guess what? We're all human beings. And guess what? Black people, we're human beings too. We gonna fuck up. We gonna fuck up because we're human. Listen, that's not saying, oh, free pass to go and do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's not what that means. What that means is sometimes, perfect example. Last month I fasted for 30 days, okay? The first 4 days, I was confused. I was very confused. I didn't eat for 4 days. And then I passed out. And then when I came to, I was like, ooh, I should probably ask some people about this. And after doing a few phone calls, I found out you can eat at sundown. I didn't know that. So I started eating at sundown, but the first 4 days made the rest of the fast like super easy to do. There were certain things that I wasn't allowed to eat though during this fast. And there was a handful of times where I'm just like, but if I just have a little bite, like if I could just put it in my mouth and just chew it, I won't swallow it. If I could just, and I'll spit it out. I won't swallow it, but I really want to do that. I really want to eat that. I really want to chew on that. I really want to taste that. Really, 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 really. Now, here's the thing. I didn't. But that was because like when you're tempted during a fast, you're supposed to dive deep into scripture. And that's what I ended up doing. But you can't do that all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You dive deep into scripture so that way when you're off of the fast and you come across certain temptations, you're able to keep that, at least some of it in your mind, because it's reactionary. Oh, okay. You know, you spent so much time during your fast creating this habit that now when you're off of the fast, hopefully some of the habit will still stick. So when you're faced with more temptation, you're like, oh, I just really want to, but I do remember that verse about such and such, such and such. And in the Quran, it did talk about such and such, such and such. But if you're fasting and you're not diving into scripture, that's just a diet. Like you're just pretty much just starving yourself. And if you're not learning anything, it doesn't have to be scripture. If you're not learning anything, then you might as well just be on a diet. What are you doing? Now that I'm off of my fast, if I see something that I know isn't good for me, probably shouldn't have it, maybe don't really need it, I can abstain from it. That's fine. And then there's gonna be that day. There's gonna be that day, and I'll be tempted. And I'm gonna fall for that temptation. One of these days, I'm gonna try not to let it happen. But one of these days, I might fall for that temptation. And you know what I'm gonna have to tell myself? It's okay. Because you're human. Because you're human. Fall to the temptation. You're weak. You're weak, okay? Because you're a human being. All right? So it's gonna happen. Here's the thing. It's how we go about handling things after we slip and fall. How are you going to get back up? How are you going to get back up? Did you learn anything? Did you learn anything at all? No? Well, then now you should feel really stupid. You're human. It's okay. We all slip. But you should feel really dumb because you didn't learn anything. You learned nothing. You went through that experience and that was the outcome. And then you went through that experience again and then that was the outcome. And then you went through the experience again and then that was the outcome. We as a people are the same way. Okay? We're going to make mistakes. And by the way, the man that created this term, that founded this term, he's like my brother's age, like still alive and well. Handsome man too. He's handsome. So that ought to let you know how new this is. It's still new. And it's so crazy because it's like, yes, we are the foundation of this America. We are. But it's so crazy to me. So insane, so wild that anytime a group of Black people get together, y'all talk about the Million Man March, right? I wasn't there, okay? I know people who went. I saw it on television, okay? I was around when all of that happened. And I know also the events surrounding that. White folks was scared. They was terrified. 1 million niggas marching? What you marching for? What you marching for? Get them back in the house. Why is niggas outside? Why are the niggas outside? That's what they said. They were terrified. They were horrified. We talk about it now like as it was a peaceful event where they gathered 1 million men to stand together. Here we go. What happened with that? Does anybody know? Does anybody in the class know what happened to that? I'm going to tell you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Women. We couldn't let men have nothing for themselves. Women. So then they had 1 million men work. Well, we need to have 1 million women march. Why? We had Oprah. Why we need 1 million women march? We had Oprah, okay? We was already gathering in that type of fashion in a completely different way. I know it was every mom, okay? All American moms, but Black moms all across America. We were Oprah like, ugh, she got us. That was amazing. It was beautiful. I'm not saying that all of the things that she was doing was we not doing that though. We're not doing that. I don't agree with everything that she was doing back then. Okay, I don't agree with everything she's doing right now. That's not the point. My mama could go to the grocery store, okay, and pass by another lady who has on an outfit that Oprah was talking about, and then they sitting there having a 10, 15-minute conversation about their families and their history and how we got to do better and this, that, and the third. At the grocery store, okay? We didn't need 1 million woman march. We didn't need that. But we just had to just jump in on it. Ooh, this for me. No, it's not. Ma'am, no, it's not. It's not for you. So, anyway, I went off on a complete and total, I'm so sorry. I don't even know. I just sat down to talk. Oh, we was talking about Love Bill and FD. I done ran off. Listen, so all of that to say this. I understand where they was coming from. And I understand whenever people come around and they say things like, you know, you guys are conservative with a progressive cloak. Like the Soviets. Ouch! Like, jeez. Who hurt you, Lil Bill? It wasn't me. I promise I'm going to be your friend. I'm thinking just like you. It wasn't enough that we could go and piss in the same fucking toilets as a white man. That's not enough. I'm with you. We friends. But we also got a gatekeep. So, I don't know. Oh shit, I'm late for work. Damn it. I got some more to say.